Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the chat. It's Market Beast. We're going to cover a lot in this video. We're going to go over the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the SPY, and the Sdow. We're going to gear our focus more on the Sdow in order to determine the reason that I'm saying towards the end of this month, we may be up against a pretty substantial move in the markets. It could go either direction, up or down. I'm going to speculatively say that it might push down, but the markets may get bought up very quickly. So we're going to explore that. So welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, yeah, welcome to the story of price action. Now let's dive right into the charts here. All right, so today is July the 16th, 2021, and the previous close of NASDAQ. We'll start with NASDAQ, $14,681.38, slightly negative 0.7% for the day, okay? So it's actually the same charts that we were taking a look at. Nothing has changed. What I wanted to show you all is actually we just got a 3-day close, and we just closed a bearish candle. So if the market does retrace next week, we've already given you guys what to look for. Really simple. And remember what we're looking for, okay? Although we're looking for the $14,057, which maybe it'll get that low, maybe it won't, maybe it'll dip lower. I'm not sure. But the only thing that will let me understand whether or not the market is getting bought up is the first thing is if we get a push higher, okay? Higher than $15,000 on this next 3-day candle. That would simply mean that they're clearing the sell orders above the price, and even if the market moves lower, that's fine. You're still looking for this one level. Essentially, when the market is doing gestures like obviously this 3-day candle here, right? Because I think I'm explaining the story a lot, and I know a lot of you are starting to get this, okay? You see this is basically a sell wall. You see this like red candle? This is the market putting in an actual sell order, pushing the price down. So in order to replenish the market from this red candle, you got to get a green candle to push higher than the red candle. So that means that the market has been sufficiently replenished from this sell wall, aka sell candle that has been put in the market. Does that make sense? So when I say that if the market pushes higher and if it moves lower, that's fine. That means that the sell orders are clear. And as long as the market can find support at the previous level of resistance, that would simply be an indication that the buyers are supporting the price, and the market will eventually move higher, making higher highs. Because on the channel, we only go over support, resistance patterns. And what I just explained to you, it's a market moving up, coming down, finding support at the previous level of resistance, and continuing the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. Do not fight the trend. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So again, if the market moves lower, that's all we're looking for is that $14,057. But again, we're looking for that slow, methodic move to the downside. That means the selling is being controlled. Remember, the big drops, that's a big seller. That means the market will need time. Wherever it stops out, right, the market will need time to kind of, get itself out of that discombobulation that just happened, so to speak, when the market dropped. So it would need sideways consolidation, just make some sort of curvature formation to eventually re-challenge the highs and then break out into new highs, okay? But I'm not sure. I don't think there's a big drop coming, so I'm not going to entertain that for now. So hopefully that explanation is good. If the market moves higher next week and it drops off, or, it retraces, that's just a sell orders being clear. If the market moves lower without moving higher next week, it's fine. Just look for the slow, methodic moves. Let's take it on over to the S&P 500. Same thing here, guys. We have a red sell candle close right here. If the market replenishes next week, you're only looking for $4,380 as a sell order clearance, so to speak, on that within that 3-day window on the next active candle. Same thing as a retracement. If the market moves lower, that's fine. Nothing to lose your shirt over. You're just looking for that $4,237 level. Let's take a look at the SPY. I think someone needed a look at the SPY to kind of give the previous level of resistance, just in case there's a retracement here in the market, which maybe there'll be a slight retracement. I don't really think it's going to be that deep, but if it's that deep, that's what the market is giving. You have to accept that, all right? So the previous level of resistance on the SPY here would technically be 100 and, am I looking at the right thing here? Yeah, the SPY. Sorry, guys. Ooh, that was really unprofessional. Pardon me there. So the previous level of resistance, I'm not going to edit. Hopefully I edit that out. Right there, it's going to be $424 as the previous level of resistance if the weekly does retrace from the current level. So that's your number for the SPY. Now let's get to the good information. So let's pull up our weekly candle. So here's what I've been following, guys. I've actually follow all of these kind of simultaneously to determine what I'm trying to do is time the financial market, the top of the financial market, which I'm going to continue to say I don't think we're there yet. If we are there now, then okay, that's fine. I mean, that's just the markets making a decision to move lower. This is not a bearish video, okay, just explaining the story. But what I want to focus your attention on is look at this this yellow descending line, okay? Hopefully we can just kind of back out, and hopefully you can see that pretty clear. Let me know if in the comment section, does that look pretty clear? This is a recorded video. What's wrong with me, man? All right, so notice the touch points here. All right, January the 16th, 2018. We got a really nice bounce off that level. Okay, remember on the channel we only go over support, resistance, and patterns. I'm just pointing out the significance or the importance that I think is important of this yellow descending line, as the market had a nice area of clustered price activity over here. We've already pointed out the January 2018. Focus your attention on this clustered area here in this white circle at about June the 2020. Nice little clustered area, just kind of a decision making before it actually broke down below that level. And right here, this other circle at about October the 26th, 2020, another touch point and a rejection as the market just found resistance at the previous level of support on this last white circle that we pointed out. And the reason that I'm pointing all three of those circles out to you, just kind of as thorough as I possibly can, because if we look closely here at the weekly candles, we're getting close to that line again. So in the past, it acted as support. Just recently here, it has acted as resistance. And if the trend is your friend until the end, the trend is going to suggest that the market will find a rejection from this yellow descending arbitrary line within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so we have this weekly candle here, July the 19th, and then we have July the 26th. So it is showtime. We are going to get a pretty interesting, we're going to know what direction this market is going to be going in within the next 2 weeks. So by the end of July, we should have a pretty good understanding of the Sdow. And for those of you who don't know what the Sdow is, this is basically something that you buy when you think the market is going to crash. Let's just say that there is some sort of imminent crash, which I do think that a big move in the markets will happen. Okay, a crash, whatever you want to call it, right? Correction, pullback. I think there's going to be a market crash eventually, but I'm going to continue to stick to my guns and say I don't think we're at that level yet. Okay. So yeah, as far as the time frame in which the market will make a move, by the way, if you're looking at this range, like why you have this range here, weekly candles have been bouncing in between the 32.15 all the way up to 36.24. Again, this is the Sdow, something that you buy when you think the market is going to crash, because essentially what would happen in this market is that it would actually increase in value if the market continues to move lower. Okay, so it does the opposite of the market if you wanted to capitalize on any fluctuations in the Sdow. All right. So yeah, guys, by the end of July, we're getting pretty close to an interesting move. And again, I was able to determine this because of the descending line that I found, that yellow line there. And we're like right so close up against that line. So what do I think is going to happen? I honestly need I need a little bit more price action. I think it's going to get really volatile. So if the market does move down and the Sdow moves up, that's to be expected because of the red candles that we just pointed out. As the market, again, it may experience some downward pressure next week, but all we're looking for is the sell orders to clear above the price action, and of course the previous level of resistance on the NASDAQ and the Sdow. Super simple, guys. You already know what levels to look for. Right now you have a time frame in order to determine some sort of volatility in the market towards the end of July. So I think this video is jam-packed with a lot of information for you moving forward on the next 2 weeks in the financial markets, at least from the what we've gone over, the Sdow and everything, NASDAQ, S&P 500. All right, and pardon that unprofessionalism as I moved on to the wrong symbol, but we're just going to, flow with it here, right? All right. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully this is useful, guys. And the next 2 weeks, just understand what's going on in the markets here. All right, so leave an appropriate thumb just below the video if you enjoyed the content, and leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote this video. If you're new, we also go over the alternative markets. If you're into that, Bitcoin, altcoins, kind of subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll send you that information when it is available. Okay. All right, execute your strategies out there. Okay. We'll talk soon. Always be kind, and bye for now, guys.